Somebody just said JD Vance was being an ass. I don't know who said that in the chat. So that's why I was a minute late. I haven't seen this yet. I think we should just watch it together. Apparently, there was a fiery exchange between JD Vance and Zelensky. So let's see. What we got here?
Thanks for the sub.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to...
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the story.
He is, Jesus Christ, man. He fucking sucks. He absolutely fucking sucks. You're the vice president. You haven't been to Ukraine once? Fuck that guy. Fuck JD Vance. Like, he is so empowered right now. And everything's a show. Like, you know, behind closed doors, he's not going to be tough like this. This isn't his thing. He's such a fake tough guy.
And I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. And don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
Yo, we'll tell you how you should feel. We'll tell you all about your fucking problems. Don't tell us. This is disgusting. This is not diplomacy. This is a man who is here trying to just do what's best for his country. His approval rate will skyrocket in Ukraine, and their approval rate will fall in America. They're overplaying their hands. I'm done being afraid of these people. They're overplaying their hands. This isn't going to play well to anybody. Nobody in the MAGA is crumbling. This is the start, and it's going to get dangerous for a little bit. We're going to go into a coup. This is one of the most alarmingly dumb things I've seen too, and just like transparent. This is so transparent that they are doing the bidding of Putin. It's a little bit embarrassing right now. I don't think MAGA is going to be able to. What's MAGA going to say to defend this? If you haven't seen the background yet from last night, it's a coup. It just is. It just is. It's a coup. And it's us. It's Russia, Trump, the titty milk boys, and MAGA versus the rest of the world. That's where we're at right now.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
I'm not
you're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very...
He's such a fucking fake tough guy. Don't tell us how we're going to feel. We don't have feelings. Don't ever tell me about feelings. That's what we had right here. We had a grown-ass man being triggered that somebody brought up feelings. And he wasn't even saying feelings, by the way. If Donald Trump wasn't such a goddamn moron, he would say you're going to feel the influence. That's what he just said. If any of them were listening, but Trump isn't because he's such a sensitive Sally, he said you're going to feel the influence of Russia. You have this nice ocean, and you don't feel the influence. You're going to feel it. Well, we're already feeling it, by the way, those of us that live here. We've felt the influence of Russia that got this dumb bitch in office.
Good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Playing cards.
But right now, you don't. You're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards. You're gambling.
Listen, you see, Trump's like, let me go to art of the deal. Don't show your cards. We're not playing fucking cards, moron. This is why your book is stupid. This is why most self-help books are stupid. That's why, like, analogies work with MAGA. That's why Patrick Bet-David, he's the king. He's the king of this. He understands nothing, and then he'll just be like, here's an analogy.
Thanks for the sub.
You're showing your cards. No, I'm talking to you, you dumb bitch. I'm just talking to you. And Trump tries to like play these Jedi mind tricks, which work on dumb MAGA, but they don't work on Zelensky because Zelensky's not playing a game. He just wants his country not to be invaded anymore. Good leader, dog shit leader. Good leader, dog shit leader. I'm gonna get audited like a million times.
With the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful.
Oh, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful of him to not give away his land to the Russians. It's so disrespectful to everybody else in the world that you won't cede your land to an invading country. How selfish of you, Zelensky. How terrible. This is a senile old man. They should shut this guy the fuck up because he's about to bury his presidency. And the guy that's supposed to pick up the pieces after him is just as bad. They've overplayed their hand. Everybody's turning on Elon. They're turning on JD. They're turning on Trump. Everybody knows it. Now is the time. Like, now's the time we gotta push. Don't let MAGA go anywhere without talking about this. Make them explain why Trump is telling Zelensky that he is selfish for not inconsiderate to the Americans by not taking this deal. Just make them answer it. Expose them, because some of them are going to be like, yeah, fuck it. We don't want to give them any more money. America first. Fine. But some of them won't. And a lot of them in Congress won't. This is listen, I don't think this is going to be the first coup in the next 4 years. Just throwing that out there. I don't think this is going to be the first one. Or I mean the last one, sorry.
This country, that's
with
back
all
to
respect
you.
to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
Yeah, like a million times. You were there, JD. He came and oh wait, no, you weren't. Oh, now I remember. You didn't show up when he came and spoke to Congress, did you? You didn't show up when he came and thanked the American people, did you, JD? You were out there being like, oh, the Haitians are eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. That's what you were doing. You were out there running out as a fluffer for Bitch Boy here, and you must have missed it. You must have missed when Zelensky thanked us numerous times. Let's rewind that. JD Vance hasn't said a word for a minute, and he's like, now I'll get him.
They should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
you said thank you.
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Leave the room. Everybody leave
Thanks
the room.
For the sub.
Everybody leave. Put JD Vance and Zelensky in the room. No rules. If we're going to have a debate, Zelensky's going to win. We're going to have a fight, Zelensky's going to win. This little sniveling bitch over here, never been a tough guy in his life. Never in his life. And now he's pretending he's tough because he won an election. This is going to backfire. Honest to God, like, I know how disgusting this is. It's probably best. Fascism's coming anyways. Might as well bring it in quickly. Make the same mistake that Hitler made. Make the same mistake that Mussolini made. Blitzkrieg. Try and do it quickly. The problem with this plan, and the problem with people like Steve Bannon and Trump, is they have no foresight. They read how Hitler took power. They read how Mussolini took power, and they're like, that's how we're going to do it. But this time, once we take power, we're not giving it back. The problem was the speed by which they took power. The very mechanism that allows them to take power is this flood the zone with shit lie to people a bunch, make them perceive a threat that's not really there, and then they vote for you. Problem is, those people turn on you pretty quickly. Not everybody's cool being lied to. Not everybody's just going to sit there and be like, wait, no, we're yelling at Zelensky? We're yelling at Zelensky right now? Not everybody's going to do it. In fact, we tried this in the United States already. We've done this exact thing in this country already. And what did it lead to? Anybody? What did it lead to? Politically speaking. World War II, post-World War II, what did it lead to? Massive reform. Massive. And a hard shift left. Because the lesson from World War II is we need to kill fascism. But part of that lesson was, we've got a bunch of fascists in our government. Because not everybody wanted to go join in World War II. No, not everybody thought Hitler was doing the wrong thing. Our nation's richest person, I believe at the time, I don't know if he was the richest, he was close, Henry Ford. Prominent Nazi. Hitler's a good guy. We've seen it before. We've seen all of this before. It's not new. Is there more questions? Sorry, this wasn't even on the outline. This did it just happen? There's no way I missed this on Twitter unless it's being, okay, it was like 10 minutes ago. Let's see. Oh.
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition.
Okay, that's the end of the last one.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
he's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I answer?
No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country
he hasn't spoken for 3 minutes.
in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for your
are brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
Good move by Zelensky there. Yeah. I've heard this all before from Putin. Yeah. Everything you're telling me, I've heard this from Putin before. And Trump goes, yeah, Putin's right.
I said a lot of times
Accept
to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's...
What do you mean you're wrong? What's he wrong about? What's there to litigate? This is fucking crazy. Why don't we go out and we litigate whether or not Russia is allowed to invade your country and keep the land? Let's litigate it. That's all right. I mean, what kind of leader is Zelensky if he's just like, fuck it, you can have it? They're going to call him weak the rest of his life. Putin's going to know forever all he has to do is go into Ukraine. Like, that's what we're dealing with here. Remember, this happened to Germany. Hitler's Germany invaded Czechoslovakia. And you had Neville Chamberlain flew to Germany and met with Hitler. And he said, it was just like this, I assume. It was just a nice meeting full of dipshits. And he said, listen, Hitler, we don't want to go to war. Now, how about we just let you keep like that part that you invaded, that horseshoe shape that you invaded in Czechoslovakia. But you can keep that, but you can't go any further. And so Hitler was like, yeah, I'm down. And Neville Chamberlain's like, this is great. And the people of Czechoslovakia were like, wait a minute, hold up. Are we getting troops? Are we getting protections? He just wrote it on. It's just a note. Okay. Well, I hope this works out. A year later, Putin invaded Czechoslovakia. 1 year later. Because he knew that it was nothing but a reset. This is just a reset. Trump is giving Putin a reset. We've seen it. It's happened before. This is history repeating itself. Don't let Republicans get away with not saying this. Don't let Republicans get away with leaving a conversation not knowing that this is exactly what Hitler did. Exactly. It's not even a coup. The coup's over. The coup's over. We did the coup. Now we've got fascism. Once it's a coup, it's a coup. Now we've got fascists. And now we have to run out the fascists. And hopefully that means that Congress is going to step up, and Congress is going to take matters into their own hands. They're going to file articles of impeachment and do it the right way. If it's not done the right way, I do fear for the factions of this country who are militant, because there's factions on both sides that would love to see this go to war, and that makes me nervous.
Good for the American people to see what's going on. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look.
He's never. First of all, have you ever seen a meeting with Trump and Putin? You ever seen that? This guy can act tough all he wants. And here's another thing you need to remind MAGA of. Nobody's ever seen Trump and Putin speak. And their first meeting, Trump's first presidency, everybody got kicked out of the room. There were no witnesses. There were no note takers. The meeting was not recorded. We have no clue what he said. He throughout the time away from the presidency, he was on the phone with Putin. We know he was in contact with Putin. He said it. In fact, we tried to bring it up during the campaign. We tried to say, like, hey, he's not allowed to do this. Nobody gave a shit. He would never speak to Putin like this because he's on the take with Putin. This is as clear as it gets. I hope we clip this. This is as clear as it gets that Donald Trump and Putin are one. And America is about to make a decision. America's about to make a decision. Are we aligning with Putin or not? And if the answer is or not, Donald Trump's going to need to go. J.D. Vance is going to need to go. They're going to need to be impeached.
You can get a ceasefire right now. I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire?
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks.
No, you didn't. Congress did. Congress gave him the javelins. You see this? Like he still takes. I mean, take credit for everything, unless it's bad. Then take credit for nothing. I debated MAGA with this for 2 years. Trump sent money to Ukraine. No, that was Congress. Now it'll be like, look, Trump gave him javelins. They're just going to flip their argument.
Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins.
That's nobody's statement ever. That's probably something that like Charlie Kirk tweeted. Nobody says that.
You got to be more thankful.
You gotta be more thankful.
You don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to
Good Lord. I wonder what the reaction is now. How absolute Otis see J.D. Vance and Trump attacking. I mean, I guess this is a good time to bring this up.
I can't believe I said that. Next one.
Zelensky is a dictator.
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question.
It is like, do you see the brazenness now, though? Like, a lot of people said this is, they said, oh, Trump forgot. I'm not sure he forgot. I mean, he might have forgot he said it, but in the way that, like, he says it so often that he forgot that he said it out loud. You know what I mean? Like, he might have forgotten he said it out loud in front of cameras because he says it all the time. But it's brazen now. Like, turning on Zelensky is not a good move.
Freedom.
Bernie.
Unless that senator, I do not want to hear one Republican come to the floor of the Senate and talk about freedom. Unless that senator has the guts to call out Trump for the lies that he is telling about Putin and the war in Ukraine. Mr. President, it was Russia that started the war, not Ukraine. It is Putin who is the dictator, not Zelensky. This country must not align itself with Putin and authority.
Imagine being this guy and seeing Bernie on a walkabout doing a TikTok video. Just think of, like, if you're in the window looking down and you're watching Bernie do this. I know I ADHD a little bit, but my thought when they did a cut was just like, how you wouldn't believe your eyes if you saw Bernie out there with, like, somebody walking backwards filming him.
Tarianism. We must fight for democracy all over the world.
I love that. It's just like, is this pace okay? How's this pace? Is it working?